Hey guys, welcome to the Loose Cannons. We're going to do a reaction to the new Cars 3 teaser trailer. We'll put the description in the box below. If you hear some kids in the background, that's on Ben's side, not mine or Jacob's. None of us like kids except for Ben. I'm kidding about that. No, so I remember when we did the New Year's thing, me and Ben got really excited about Cars 3. You still weren't, Jacob. Have you changed your mind?
I'm still kind of the same way I was on the New Year's podcast. I really,
All right.
I'm still kind of iffy on it, but it did kind of reinforce what I had said about it, and what we had talked about with how it was going to remind me of Talladega Nights.
Yeah, exactly. We have obviously we have two new cars that they introduced to us. See the two new cars. I'm rewatching the trailer now on silent. One of them, his name was Thunder, wasn't it?
I don't think they gave the names.
Yeah, they did.
No, yeah, they said introducing so and so.
Right.
No, I watched it without sound.
No,
No,
it says it on the
word.
screen.
Yeah,
Oh.
Jacob.
One of them, the first one is a Corvette-looking kind of car. It's obviously not a stock car. Jason Storm.
That's his name.
Yeah, Jason Storm is the first one. And the other one is a Porsche-looking kind of. It kind of looks like Sally. I guess it's a female. Yeah, it's definitely a female.
That one looked like
no, it's not. It's Cruz Ramirez.
Cruz
So
Ramirez.
Is that the guy in the beginning?
no, that's the second one.
That's the yellow one.
Oh,
The yellow one's Cruz Ramirez.
That sounds like a guy's name.
No, it is. I guess it is a guy. It looks like a girl.
It sounds Spanish, but
All right. So remember when we discussed and I introduced the idea that my prediction for the movie is that it'll be a Talladega Nights like thing where they have a driver come in who competes with Lightning McQueen, who's dominating the series, and that's where the struggle will be.
and he comes from across the ocean.
Yeah, it looks like now
Yeah,
it's
that's
going
what
to
it
be
looks like.
very, very reminiscent because we obviously, Storm, he's not a foreign car, he's an American car. So he looks like he will be like he'll be a challenger. But this Ramirez guy,
Hold on, I want to talk about Storm for a second.
Okay. Let's start with Storm.
With him being an American-made car, it kind of reminds me of the first Cars movie where Lightning McQueen was the new kid on the block and he was just dominating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel he's the new kid on the block, and then with Ramirez,
Ben, you have a little bit of echo.
Oh, okay. I don't see why, but I will say, do you guys think that Storm is going to be the main antagonist, similar to how Chick was and the Italian guy in the second movie was?
no.
You want to know what I think? I think we just got introduced to the Rusty team.
That'd be interesting.
I think
I didn't think about that.
because if you notice, Cruz had a Rusty's 95 on the side of it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Rusty's racing team on the side of it. I think we just got introduced to the Rusty's team, and I think Rusty's has become big enough. The racing team has become big enough to hold Lightning McQueen and two other cars. And now the competition is these two cars are trying to topple Lightning McQueen for the top spot
Interesting.
in the team. And I think and I think it's going to be a three-way battle on who can be the number one person on the team, or it'll be 2-on-1 with Lightning being the one. Because I think it was very it looked like to me like this was an actual commercial in the Cars universe for the Rusty's team.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, we know something horrible is going to happen due to the first trailer when we see McQueen getting a wreck. So
A really bad wreck as well. Like it's not just a.
yeah, I mean, that's a tie into what happened to Doc and what happened to the King.
Yeah, and we're told or we're shown what it's made to make us think that the car Storm, it was obviously Storm in the trailer, was the bad guy. And now that I'm just sitting here thinking, I'm going to propose to you guys, maybe Storm is coming to help out.
I actually don't think Storm is going to be the bad guy. I think it's going to go. I really think it's going to follow in the footsteps of Talladega Nights, and it's going to be the foreign car.
Okay. Which is Cruz.
Yeah. Ramirez, that's his name.
Yeah. Cruz Ramirez.
I think he's going to be the main antagonist of the film, much like how Chick was in the first film, and I forget who was in the second one, which is
It was that Italian sports car.
that's right.
I forgot his name.
Now, will this movie? What do y'all think this movie will take place over a season or over a race? Because Cars took time over one race, while Cars 2 was an entire season.
I think it'll probably do an entire season.
Okay. I'd rather
race.
see one race.
Yeah,
Personally.
On the podcast.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Maddux on this one. I do really think it'd be really, really cool if the entire movie was just the entire race,
But
just stayed in the stadium.
But I don't think that will happen because we just got introduced to a team, and I think I think Jacob will be right. It'll take place over a season. I'd rather see a race, but I think it'll be a season.
Maybe not even a whole season. We might just see like the second half of a season.
It could be.
And then McQueen or it could be like the first half of the season, but then McQueen gets in his wreck, and that's like the climax of the film, and all things just go downhill from there.
Or what a really good idea would be if he got in the wreck in the very first race of the season, and he wasn't able to come back until like midway or near the end of the season.
Yeah, that would. Or maybe he gets in the wreck, and these are his two replacement cars.
The two cars fighting to be his replacement, and then
Yeah.
something happens, and it kind of goes. I would assume maybe kind of like how the Piston Cup went with the 3-person race.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there's one thing I did notice about the trailer, this is my anyway. The one big thing I noticed about the trailer was that you see the design changes and differences between the first two cars and the McQueen. It seems like McQueen, his design has become a bit outdated, if you want to call it that.
Oh well,
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
All right, now I didn't find it.
Storm.
Doc remember Thunder? He was an old timey '80s looking stock car. He's been in the league for a long time, and I think this shows that. I mean, Cars came out in 2006, right?
Somewhere around there.
All right, so Lightning McQueen has been in the Piston Cup for 10 years now.
Ish.
10-ish years, so he's a vet at this point. So these are two newcomers, up-and-comers. So, like, Lightning McQueen is the equivalent of a 30-year-old athlete at this point, and these are the two new guys coming into the league.
Mm-hmm. I just noticed the different designs of the cars, and I was like, McQueen just really looks.
Yeah, Cars came out in 2006, and Cars 2 in 2011.
Well, that's because he is old now.
I'm very glad to see that Owen Wilson is returning as McQueen.
Hey, by the way, I just want to point this out. Storm, his number is 2.0.
Interesting.
And it does not look like he is part of the Rusty's racing team. He looks like he's part of IGNTR.
Are you sure it's 2.0 and not 20?
Yes, because there's a definite point in between two. It looks from far away like a 20, but there's a definite point.
I'm pulling the trailer back up.
Yeah. I'm trying to see what the what his racing team is.
Even this new trailer
It said, all right, so his racing team is IGNTR, liquid adrenaline. So it looks like it's going to be an energy kind of drink racing team.
like a Red Bull or a Monster Energy.
Yeah, in the equivalent in the Cars universe. IGNTR, obviously the R stands for racing. IGNT probably is the company. Or his last name is Storm, so it wouldn't fit in with it would be SR if it was Storm Racing. So
can we just talk about
Thunder? It could be Thunder as in or the original Cars movie, the T.
Oh, that's true. Like with Chick. Here comes the thunder, Kachiga.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about the animation though? Like, it's crisp and it looks so good.
Yeah,
It does, especially in the trailer. And it's not like a video game where that's like in engine and that's not what it's going to look like. Like, no, that's what it's going to look like.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about animated films over a video game. Animated films, their trailers are what you see is what you get.
Yeah. So and if the entire movie looks like the trailer, this could possibly be one of the best animated movies, like in the animation style.
Yeah,
Of all time.
Ramirez on this his number is 95.
Same with Lightning McQueen's.
Same with Lightning McQueen, and it says Rusty's Racing Center.
Yep. Well, actually, if it says Rusty's Racing Center, then he could be a team member because it doesn't. I thought it said Rusty's Racing Team or Rusty's Racing.
It says specifically Rusty's Racing Center Team 95.
All right. Well, that's the Valley. What Radiator
Springs.
That's his center. That's his racing team headquarters in Radiator Springs.
Yeah.
Rusty's Racing Center. That'd be his HQ, and that would be, maybe a student.
Maybe, could be, because I mean, if you think about it,
he could be holding a camp because he didn't have anything else on it.
Because Cars 2 ended with them doing the final race there.
Remember? Yeah.
And that could have had a huge impact on the world. As you have like the final race in this huge World Series at some
no-name town in
middle
of nowhere, America.
Yeah.
Well, when you have the equivalent of Tom Brady setting camp in your tiny little town, you could have like racing camps, and you would put these stickers on the people who would go to these racing camps with you.
Yeah, Maddux, you're definitely the most knowledgeable on this because you're a big racing fan.
Yeah. Well, I've spent my entire life engraved in racing and sports, so I kind of know that stuff. But that's why I like the Cars series so much.
Yeah. Overall, though, it was a interesting trailer. I liked that it showed us 2 new people. You think anyone's going to return?
Of course.
Well, who do you think?
I don't think Sally's going to play a big part.
I really hope she does, because she wasn't really that prevalent in the second film. And if McQueen is going to be put back on the spotlight again, like he's being portrayed now, because Mater was really in the dominant spotlight in Cars 2.
Yeah.
I mean, Mater got his love interest, that purple car, which I felt was like
kind
okay.
of forced.
It was kind of like
very.
I didn't feel like it was forced, because I'm just weird and I don't get the sense anything's really forced, but it just kind of felt like, well, that was weird. Then, but I really hope Sally is more of a prevalent character in this film, and I know Mater's going to be in it.
I do not want Mater to come back.
Well, you kind of have to, considering he's McQueen's best friend. So
I know I'm stuck with him, but I don't have to like it.
I think it'd be a better movie without Vader or without Mater. Sorry.
When you bring up Star Wars, because I was just about to say Mater's like Jar Jar of the Cars franchise.
No, he is. No, he is. But they have to have him in. They have to be simply because of the sales of the merchandise sales.
Yeah.
And Cars Town, like the Disney has to have that character. But it would, of course, it'd be a better movie. It'd be a better movie. They made it a PG-13 movie, but they have to have him in there.
Most that's something that can't be said for most of Pixar's films either. I think most of Pixar's films are great as a PG film.
No, Cars to me should have been and if you want to make Cars, like it's running at 80% to 90% efficiency, like to its quality. But if it ever wanted to reach that 100%, stick with how like the opening of Cars was when the 2 Corvettes flash them. Like they literally flashed them.
Yeah, that was the greatest joke to ever go over a kid's head.
It was. It completely went over mine when I first saw it.
Yeah, 2006. I was like, what, 9? That went straight over my head.
Yeah. But when the cars literally flash them, if they would have stayed with that humor, stayed with that, I think it would have been a much better movie. And actually saw like fights within the pits. Like racing is an R-rated sport. All right. If they would have stayed with that.
I mean, they kind of touched on that in Cars 1 at the beginning with his old pit crew, and it's like, you need tires, you idiot.
Well, yeah, and
Idiot.
and
No,
there's
no,
a lot of
no,
Flash
yes.
too, and he had Flash at the beginning of it. I'd love to see Lightning McQueen return to his kind of little bit of arrogance, a little bit of flashiness. I'd love to see
So
that.
I love the scene. We were talking about the scene where the two cars flash McQueen. I love that scene so much because it is almost exactly the same in the Ballad of Ricky Bobby,
Yes, it is.
and I looked it up. They came out the same year,
Did they?
2006.
That's awesome. That's awesome. No, but I'd love to see this movie turn out to be kind of an animated Ricky Bobby movie.
That would be great. This would be the best Cars film if it went down that path. Ballad of Ricky Bobby is one of my favorite comedy films.
All right.
Oh,
Well, I think we covered it.
Yep, I think we've analyzed the trailer and plus other things enough. So,
We'll keep you up to date on Cars news. Apparently, like, subscribe, follow. Please check us out. Check out our other videos at our other channel. They should be on the screen by now. Thank you guys for listening. Everybody sign off.
ka-chow.
Oh, damn it! You took my line.
This is. Thank you guys for listening. This is the Loose Cannons.
All right, thanks.